So it took a lot of effort, but we finished Hold the Fort. Not the movie's fault. We'll get there. I'll try to save that story for more of the end because you're here for the review, not our experience watching it. But another Fantasia Fest film. We started this one days and days ago.
Long time ago.
But this is a horror comedy about an HOA that once a year they get together, unbeknownst to new residents, a couple that just moved into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
They come over for an HOA party. Guess they didn't fully read through their HOA
contract?
Whatever it is.
Or whatever it's called.
And they are told that every year, basically the Hellmouth from Buffy
just opens up.
Some portal, some sinkhole opens up, and it's like a portal to hell, and creepy crawly things crawl out of it and try to kill them. And this is something they probably would not have moved to the neighborhood had they known about.
Probably not.
I actually thought it was pretty funny that the explanations that they give for why this would be an acceptable thing.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, why the hell would anyone live like this?
Yeah.
And I kind of found that to be more of a social commentary than maybe it meant to be. I don't know. Maybe that was the intention with this film, but yeah, man, the prices of everything are out of control, and pretty much, a lot of people would do anything to save a buck and to live in a nice neighborhood.
Even to deal with an HOA, because a lot of people hate HOAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very zany, over-the-top horror comedy. Much, much more on the comedy side of things, but a lot of horror too. Don't get me wrong. This is a very lean 70-some-odd minute film, and for probably 80% of it, they're fighting witches and demons and bats and all sorts of shit, and people are being blown up and torn apart, and monsters are exploding, and there's a lot going on. This will absolutely find its audience, and I think that there are going to be people who love this. Obviously, we have a lot of people in the comments who are not fans of horror comedy. Mm-hmm. If you're one of those types of people, then this is 100% sure not for you. I don't know how I feel about this one exactly. I do want to stress, though, that we had this broken up so many times. So our viewing experience hopefully is extremely different than yours. It's hard to watch a movie like we did, and as I said, we'll get into the story of that here at the end really quick, but what do you think? I am curious on your thoughts on this one.
I thought it was pretty funny. I do think that because we had to kind of start and stop, we were having technical issues, I feel like that did impact my enjoyment overall, but I did think it was funny. Not laugh out loud funny all the time for me, but there's some good moments in it. It was reminding me of a few different films. I was getting Werewolves Within vibes for part of it, just sort of with the community of people and, I don't know, monster stuff happening.
Yeah.
It sort of felt like that, and the budget felt similar and everything, although this is much crazier than that movie is. And then there was another movie it was reminding me of too, but
there's a few movies that I was definitely thinking of. I kept going back and forth. Last year we watched a movie called Destroy All Neighbors. It kind of reminded me of that. Anything that Steven Kostansky makes, sort of, like Psycho Gorman or something like that. It's definitely going for that kind of level of insanity and zaniness. Wolf Cop. Something like that. But anyway, go on.
Well, yeah, I think that this film, it definitely feels like the kind of movie that was really fun for everybody to work on. And so I love seeing that. I think that there was a lot of passion put into this, and it seems like everyone had a blast filming. I don't know if that's the case, but that's like what came across watching it. So I really am happy that was the feeling I was getting from it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think there will totally be an audience of people that absolutely love it, that it's right up their alley.
Yeah.
I guess my only thing is that I wish it was a little bit longer because I would have liked to see maybe more creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
I like what we get, but I would have liked to see more. So, yeah.
As far as the effects go, I mean, we have a combination of practicals as well as kind of like After Effects digital stuff that's been like composited in, which that's the budget, and it feels very indie in that way. So touching upon that, I think that there's some good gore and whatnot here and there. I think some creature effects can look cool here and there. And then there's stuff that's not so amazing, but never super, super distracting. Like, it just kind of has that vibe, like Turbo Kid, or, it wants to be something along those lines. And this is the kind of movie that I really feel like should have worked for me completely. And it just wasn't fully. Like, I could never really, like, there was something about the humor where it was like, this is totally my kind of humor, but it kept kind of falling flat. Every time something would set up, and then they would like do it. I was like, that should be funny to me. And it's the way it's directed, or it's the way that it's delivered, or something. There's something just slightly off for me, to where every punchline just, I don't know, it didn't land, but it felt like it should have. So this is a weird experience, because this is typically the kind of film that I do love, and I did like it, and there are things that absolutely work. There's a lot of things that work, but there's so many moments where I was like, man, I don't know, that for some reason that should have landed for me, but it didn't land for me. Could be editing, it could be, I don't know. I honestly don't know what was going on there, because this just felt like the type of film on paper that would work for me. And the jokes and the setups, and it just, maybe because I've just seen this done so many times. Maybe if this is, a film that you've never really seen before, then this kind of humor would be new and exciting for you. But I've seen this approach where and I've seen it done much better, where like the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV series, which is probably the best example of how to do this. Now they have a much bigger budget and more seasoned actors and whatever, and better directors. Sorry, but Sam Raimi and in some of those episodes, so you're never gonna fucking be able to be Sam Raimi. But that's kind of what it felt like they were going for, and it's just, I don't know. I've seen it so much, and this is like kind of a cheap imitation, but it's still entertaining. So I don't want to seem like I'm knocking it. So as far as the story goes with our screener, we got one sent to us about a week ago. We threw it on. We were watching it. You're supposed to have a watermark on it that says your name. It didn't say ours, so that right off the bat we were like, oh, should we even be watching this one? Whatever, we'll just continue to watch it. And then we got distracted because we had to do something. Life gets in the way, and we had to put it on pause. And then we came back to it, and we tried watching it like 5 different ways on multiple different devices, on different browsers, everything. And all it would keep doing is playing for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever it may be, and then it would just skip 5 seconds.
It was
just
really
immediately
weird.
Like you could look at it, and it was just I would hold the time code up, and it would just 5 seconds, and then 20 seconds later or 30 seconds later 5 seconds, and it would just jump, and you're like, what the fuck? And I tried it on, wouldn't work. Finally I had to write them. We had to wait days for the communication to come back. By that time we'd already watched like 5 different movies, and it was so much in between. Then we got the new one, we threw that on, and it was doing the same thing, sort of, except for these 5 seconds, it would play the audio, but it would take the video and it would give us kind of like a loading circle for those 5 seconds.
Really weird.
And we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So then I had to try a bunch of different browsers. Nothing was working. Then I finally was like, hey, hold up, I'm going to pull it up on my phone. And so I pulled it up on my phone. It was playing fine on my phone. So we had to cast it from my phone. And that's how we ended up finishing it. But it was a nightmare.
It was.
It was like, really... I honestly almost just gave up. It was like, I guess we're just going to have to wait till this thing comes out. But
yeah,
we soldiered on, got through it. We fought our own battle.
We held the fort.
We did hold the fort.
Yep.
I think that this is going to work for fans of the style of films that I'm saying, but of course I have a feeling some people will feel like me and they'll be like, I don't know why these jokes aren't landing. Maybe it's just been there, done that too many times now, or it's just not as well executed as the other ones that I've seen like this or whatever. But there's a lot of fun to be had. There's a lot of really fun humor and really characters, but I feel like I've seen all of it before. So I guess that's really it. I've been trying to pinpoint it the whole time we were watching and I just couldn't. But I guess that's probably it, is I've seen too many fucking movies.
That sucks.
Maybe it was just a grump. Or maybe watching it like we did into 50 different parts
had an impact.
I was agitated.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you when I say that we probably started and stopped this just from trying to play it with all the different breaks and the different times that we were trying to watch it and the times we sat down to try to finish it.
Yeah.
We must have started this film 25 to 30 times.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
To try to get this to fully work for us.
Yeah, it was really, really frustrating.
And we had to multiple times over days, sit down to watch it, press play, watch it 5, 6, 7 different times on different browsers, all these different things, and then we would be like, fuck it, I guess we can't watch it. Write in, another thing happened. We kept doing it, kept going around, finding different ways. The amount of times we stopped and started this movie, I mean, how could that not affect the film?
Right.
So that's fair. Check it out. If you're a horror comedy fan, if you're a fan of stuff like Turbo Kid, Hobo with a Shotgun, that kind of stuff, it's not on that level of goodness. I just am gonna say that outright, but it's it's in the same league.
Yeah, I think if you're looking for films similar to those, you'll enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quirky. It's fun. It's got a very odd couple pairing in our main characters. I found them to be very oddly paired. I did not buy that she would be with that guy, but weirder things have happened in real life. I just kept thinking it the whole movie. I'm like, really? Especially when we first saw them together. And I was just like, huh, really? Okay. Maybe I was having too much of a hard time wrestling with that.
Me.
All right, anyway. Kaylee's got to go to bed.
I do.
And that's that. So hold the fort. We did it.
Yay.
It's done.
It's done.
We finished it. We actually watched it, and that's that. All right, guys. We'll see you in the comments. Adios.